I'm Steve Siddall, your safe money correspondent, along with Coach Pete D'Arruda, with your weekly Radiovision. And again, another great show, Pete, and disappearing pensions. Boy, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, a lot of people out there, Steve, have the idea that they'll work at a company and they'll retire and magically checks are going to start coming to them.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be nice?
Social Security is still a pension. That's a yearly income you can't outlive, Social Security. But a pension in general, you used to work for a company for 20, 30, 40 years. You'd retire and the company would keep sending you checks. Mm-hmm. They'd be less than when you were working, but they were pensions, they were called. Well, now it's up to you to form your own pension by putting money into your 401ks, your IRAs, 403bs, TSPs, all the different places you can put money, but you have to put money there or there won't be a check. And so if you have a lump sum in these accounts, you have to translate what that lump sum would look like for a lifetime of income. And here's the most important part, that you can never outlive.
And that's important.
It's so important because I talk to people every single day who say, well, I had a planner. He said, well, here's you retired. Let's give you 20 years worth of income. And then by the time that happens, you'll be fine. Well, no, you're not. That money's gone.
Not.
So
No.
you want to make sure you have lifetime income, durable, predictable, and dependable income that will never go away as long as you're here and as long as your spouse is here.
And great advice.
Yep.
So there are also some things missing from 401ks that you need to replace.
Yeah, the number one thing is the fact that you can look at a lump sum in the 401k, but it doesn't give you a lifetime income. Mm-hmm. Plus, there's no long-term care type advantages in the 401k. Many people out there, Steve, have put a lot of money in the 401ks. They've met with us. We put a plan together for them that now not only gives them yearly income, by rolling the money out of the 401k tax-free into their own individual plan, gives them yearly income, but also could give them long-term care benefits along with that income. So it takes two of the worries away from living in retirement. And if they structure things correctly, they may even be able to take three of the fears away from retirement. What if you pass away too soon? What would happen to your spouse? Well, we want to make sure the spouse gets yearly income, and if we structure it right, it could be tax-free income for the rest of their lives.
Wow,
too.
that sounds great.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody talking about the eclipse, last month. But there can also be something that you've called a financial eclipse.
Yeah, and this is not fun, and you don't need glasses for this. We have special decoder rings to look at it, but if you have a lot of fees, if you're taking too much risk, taxes, inflation, all these are eclipsable moments in your plan, Steve. And basically, if you have more money going out than coming in, or if you have a lot of fees eroding, and we call them financial termites, eroding what you've put aside, you could have a whole lot less money for retirement. And we want to make sure to minimize the chances of having money going away where it doesn't have to be. So do an analysis of your portfolio, of your 401ks, of the money you've put away, and make sure you're not losing money that you don't have to. Whenever I hear that word eroding, I think of Jim Carrey when he was in a movie. I don't think it was eroding, but he said eroding. Well, I don't remember what movie that was, but I think of Jim Carrey. We don't want erosion of especially our retirement plans, and especially when they're man-made caused events, which are fees, expenses, and commissions. Those are all man-made tragedies that don't have to happen.
All right. So Grand Funk had the song "A Bad Time to Be in Love," but you could pick a bad time to retire.
You could. I mean, and let's say people say, well, gosh, when I retire, it's a good time because I don't have to worry about work anymore.
Absolutely.
But let's say that the year you retire, the market tanks, and you have all your money in an account, your retirement account's tied to the stock market. Well, when you decided to retire, the market was way up here and your account was fine. The day you retired, the market's down here. Your accounts aren't fine, but you have to take money out of those accounts to live on. Therefore, you're locking your losses in. You'll never recover with that money that's gone. So the important part here is to set up a core and explore type financial situation where any money that you need for retirement is not going to reduce into the future. In other words, you'll get a yearly paycheck. It won't depend on the market going up and down, and it won't shrink if the market goes the wrong way. Very important because there are lifetime income strategies that don't have to worry about that bad thing happening the day you retire, and then you don't worry about the stock market anymore.
Well, that's, exactly.
It's a fun thing, isn't it?
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with having money at risk now, but only after you have money that you know is not going to go away and it won't depend on the market.
Absolutely. So let's fill her up. Premium or regular? A financial fill-up.
Financial fill-up, folks. Very, very important, Steve. I mean, I'm sure you talk to people every day who are retired, and I know I do. And the main thing is they want to make sure that when they pull in each year for their financial fill-up, the money's there. And we have a sound effect on the show, which is pretty fun. It's when you used to ride over that little thing that was in the road to make the ding-ding sound.
Ding, sure.
And out came the guys and fill your account up and to fill your car up. And so nowadays we want to make sure our accounts
I
fill
want
up just
that
like
guy to
that.
come to my house.
I know, it's good. It's good, but it's not as hard to do if you do the right thing.
Sure.
If people are trying to put you in places where they make a lot of commissions and make a lot of money by keeping you at risk, they're not going to tell you about the financial fill-up, because the financial fill-up, if set up correctly, no risk, no commissions, no fees coming out. Very important.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the best advice is, catch Financial Safari every week, and you
Always
can
fun.
get the weekly radio review, Radiovision, right here. So, Coach Pete, Safe Money Correspondent, we'll see you next week.